Is psychologist Professor Ramodungoane Tabane. He joins us now via Skype from the Free State, I understand. Professor, very good afternoon to you. Thank you for coming on. Are South Africa's school children becoming more violent, or have we simply become more aware of the bullying and violence?
I think it's more the case that we are becoming more aware, and more people are being trained to report such. However, the social media has played its own role in terms of highlighting and bringing these matters to the fore, because we have now developed a culture of rather videotaping and recording when things happen, and rather than assisting. So social media, it's sending it through easily.
I want to talk about social media a bit further. It's helped in highlighting the incidents of bullying, but it has also been used as a tool by bullies themselves. So do the benefits far outweigh the negatives?
Well, that's a debate that we are going to have for a very long time, because as we know, fire is good, but used wrongly, it will burn you. So social media is in the same instance weight as well. It's just people who have to choose to make a stance and take a position that not in my presence that such will happen, rather than for videotaping. Rather, if you videotape it for use of proper evidence and not for social entertainment when somebody is bullied and you are laughing in the background.
Let's expand then on possible interventions. The Western Cape now on this program going to various schools trying to shift pupils away from the violence and the bullying. But what hope is there for children in areas like the Cape Flats, for instance, where it is rife with gangsterism? We're now hearing calls for the army to be brought in to manage that situation. So what hope is there for children in such spaces?
Well, as you indicate, it's a myriad of issues. And unfortunately, pinpointing and blaming them all on bullying, it's not going to be a solution. You mentioned a matter of gangsterism, where it's a sense of wanting to belong to somewhere. And I heard in that clip that you played, when somebody said that it's about making yourself look big and making yourself more important because you want to belong and not to be a certain part of a group. However, interventions like workshops with the kids, accessibility of parents, accessibility of teachers, learners knowing that they have someone they can talk to in a more accepting and inviting way, rather than always coming down on them, like you say, with the police. Only to create fear and never deal with the cause. So it's more of attending to the symptoms, because of people can keep quiet, not necessarily because they respect, and not necessarily because they understand why, but simply because they're in fear. But underground and underlying current is that anger is still there. That feeling that I want to show someone that I'm bigger than them is still there. So it's all about communication, workshopping people, understanding where they're coming from, why they are doing what they are doing, in terms of either protecting themselves by hitting the other person. It does not help to throw away the key and instill a sense of fear.
The interventions you are proposing, Prof, are ones we've heard before, and in theory they're supposed to be quite effective, but why have we still not managed to get this right?
The buy-in. We need a buy-in of all stakeholders. It does not do much to psychological processes and interventions when they only happen in a secluded area. For instance, those children and the facilitator in the school. However, when they go outside in the community, nothing is happening. There are no programs for the community. So it's like you help in this particular instance, but they go back in the same circumstances, in the same pot where they're experiencing such bullying. So it's a holistic approach. The parents should be involved, the churches should be involved, the community at large should be involved, those learners should be involved, the teachers, most importantly, because of those are our first line of report. They are the ones, the first sign that they see when the learner is down, that they see when the learner is bullied. I mean, a child cannot come in your class with bruises and you just keep quiet and you do not entertain and ask that. You need to speak up as a teacher.
Teachers then say, Prof, that they're already burdened so severely with the administrative aspects of their work, and having to now take on what many would say is the role of a social worker is something that a lot of them simply cannot do given the current ratios, especially in public schools and in rural areas?
In law, teachers are what we call them loco in parentis, meaning they are the parents who are at that particular location or in that particular situation. And it comes with the job as part of their calling. The administration are just means to doing your work. However, as you invest in the future as a teacher, your job is to make sure that holistic and a proper harmonious learning environment is afforded for the learners. And it does not take much. A child is crying. Ask what's happening. You know that Thabo is a very active and jumpy and bubbly. All of a sudden, Thabo has changed. That does not take and require any administration for you to say to Thabo, what is happening?
All right, Professor Tabane, I thank you for your time this afternoon.